Welcome back to Next Gen Diecast for the highly anticipated Legacy Piston Cup, where Lightning McQueen and 15 other drivers from the 2006 Piston Cup will be competing for another title. The format and all the rules for the Legacy Piston Cup will be posted down in the description below. Well, let's introduce the drivers for Group 1. First up, driving for Silverback Racing, number 56, Brush Kerber. Next up, driving for Jack, John, and Katie Racing, number 70, Floyd Mulvihill. And next up, driving for Piggy's Little Barbecue, number 79, Paul Ingas. And last up, driving for M&M's Racing, the 7-time champion, number 95, Lightning McQueen. The drivers are staged for Race 1. It's Lightning McQueen and Hall Ingas in Row 1, and then Floyd Mulvihill and Brush Kerber in Row 2. They patiently wait for that gate to drop. Gate drops and the Legacy Piston Cup is underway. Ingas will lead them through 1 and 2. Here they come into turn 3. McQueen spins. Ingas up on the wall. He flips off the track. McQueen will take the win. Kerber second. Mulvihill third. Ingas out of frame, off in the grass, down by the finish line. As he went flying over the wall, down into the grass, McQueen will take the win because of it. Let's watch that one more time. Big air coming off turn 4, up on the wall. And then he just goes right off the track, flips upside down, and then back up right. What a wild ride for Ingas in Race 1. So the standings after the first race, Lightning McQueen will lead the way with 5 points. Kerber in second with 3 points. Mulvihill third with 2 points. And then Ingas back in fourth with that DNF. But the main thing is Ingas is okay, and he is starting out front in Race 2 next to Brush Kerber in Row 1. And then Lightning McQueen and Floyd Mulvihill in Row 2. Gate drops and we're racing again. Ingas will lead him into turn 1. Here they come down into turn 3. Ingas spins. Mulvihill puts a bumper on him. Coming out of turn 4, it's going to be Ingas at the line. Mulvihill will take second, McQueen third, and Kerber with a DNF. He's stuck up on the wall just before turn 3. Watch Ingas spinning. Mulvihill trying to make a move, puts a bumper on him going into turn 3, and then coming out of turn 4, a great run for Ingas, and he wins by about a second over Mulvihill. McQueen coming through in third. So after 2 races, Lightning McQueen still leading the way with 7 points. Hall Ingas and Floyd Mulvihill tied with 5 points apiece. And then Brush Kerber down in fourth with 3 points. Ingas could very easily be leading this thing if he didn't have that wild ride in Race 1. So here we go for Race 3. It's Brush Kerber and Floyd Mulvihill out front in Row 1. And then we've got Hall Ingas and Lightning McQueen in Row 2. It's a good start for Kerber and Mulvihill. Down into turn 1. Contact. Mulvihill goes around. Kerber with a big lead coming down into turn 3. And Kerber will cruise to victory here in the third race. And Lightning McQueen and Ingas will race down to the line for second. It's going to be McQueen over Ingas. Mulvihill with the DNF this time around. Watch Mulvihill up the track right in front of Ingas. Nowhere for Ingas to go, and Mulvihill ends up down in the grass. And then watch the race down to the line. Ingas had a run, and then McQueen cuts him off with the block at the line to hold on to second place. So Lightning McQueen still leading the way after 3 races with 10 points. Brush Kerber in second with 8 points. Hall Ingas down in third with 7 points. And then Floyd Mulvihill at the bottom with 5 points. Just one more race to go here in Group 1. It's Floyd Mulvihill and Lightning McQueen in Row 1. And then Brush Kerber and Hall Ingas in Row 2. The drivers are ready. Can Lightning McQueen hold on and win the group? The engines roar one last time today. Mulvihill leads him going down in the first turn. Brush Kerber's going to make the pass. Here they come into 3 and 4. Kerber with a big lead. He'll take the win. Mulvihill second. And Ingas hard into the wall. He'll cruise across the line. And McQueen coming in fast in reverse. He'll take fourth. There was contact between Kerber and McQueen. That spun McQueen around. And then Mulvihill left the door open for Kerber, and Kerber did not look back. So another big win for Kerber. He finishes today with back-to-back wins. Watch Ingas hard into the wall there. Actually got up in the catch fence a little bit. And then he just kind of slowly rolls across the finish line. And McQueen coming in hot, finishing in 4th. Not the result he wanted to end the day on, but it's enough. So Brush Kerber and Lightning McQueen will be advancing on to round 2. Kerber, the winner of Group 1, finishing with 13 points. He finishes 2 points ahead of McQueen. And then McQueen finishes just 2 points ahead of Hall in Gas. And Floyd Mulvihill down at the bottom in 4th with 8 points. Thunder Mountain Speedway proved to be tough on these Legacy Cup drivers today. We will see how Group 2 handles it in just a couple weeks. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all next week. Take care. Welcome back to Next Gen Diecast for more of the Legacy Piston Cup. Today we will be continuing round 1 with Group 2 taking the track. First up for Group 2, driving for M&M Racing League, number 28, Aiken Axler. And next up, driving for M&M's Racing, number 58, Billy Oil Changer. And next up, driving for Nostalgia Racing, number 63, Lee Revkins. And last up, driving for Jack, John, and Katie Racing, number 86, Chick Hicks. Just 2 of these drivers will advance to the next round. To start the day, it's Lee Revkins and Aiken Axler in row 1. And then it's Billy Oil Changer and Chick Hicks in row 2. The drivers are ready to go. The gate drops and we're racing again at Thunder Mountain Speedway. Good battle going into turn 1. Axler's around. Hicks spins as well. Here comes Revkins. He's hard into the wall. Revkins stalls. It's going to be Axler at the line. Hicks finishing 2nd. Oil Changer in 3rd. And Revkins got some help to get to the finish line as he'll cross the line in 4th. So Axler got loose and spun coming out of turn 2. Hicks spun as well. And then Revkins tries to hold the high line coming through 3 and 4. He didn't have enough momentum and he went hard into the inside wall. And that caused him to stall. Hicks got into the back of Revkins, and that actually helped him get to the finish line. But it's Aiken Axler that will take race 1 and the early points lead with 5 points. Chick Hicks in 2nd with 3 points. Billy Oil Changer has 2. And then Lee Revkins at the bottom with 1 point to start the day. We are getting word from Race Control that Chick Hicks had a loose lug nut in the first race, and he will have to start in the back once again in race 2. So Aiken Axler and Billy Oil Changer will start in row 1, and then Lee Revkins and Chick Hicks in row 2. The gate drops and we are back racing. Oil Changer will take the lead into 1. Here he comes out of turn 2. He spins. Hicks looks to make a move. He gets into the side of Oil Changer. It's going to be Oil Changer taking the win. Hicks 2nd and Revkins in 3rd. And it looks like Aiken Axler is upside down over in turn 4. So Hicks would look to make the move and then spin Oil Changer back around, which helped Oil Changer. And then I'm not sure if Hicks had a steering problem or he forgot where he was going as he just started pinballing off the walls. And then it was Revkins coming down on Axler that turns Axler over in turn 4. And the TMS safety crew over there with Axler looking to get him flipped back upright and ready for the next race. So at the end of race 2, it's Billy Oil Changer leading the way in points now. He's got 7. And then Chick Hicks in 2nd with 2 runner-up finishes. He has 6 points. Aiken Axler in 3rd, still with 5 points. And Revkins back in 4th with 3 points. 2 races in, and we've got a good battle brewing. It's Billy Oil Changer and Chick Hicks starting in row 1. And then Aiken Axler and Lee Revkins in row 2. Green flag back out. Oil Changer will lead him again going down into turn 1. He's sideways. Oil Changer into the wall. He spins. Hicks goes around on the inside. Hicks is going to come to the line and take the win. Oil Changer 2nd, Axler 3rd. And it looks like we've got another car upside down. It's Lee Revkins at the exit of turn 4. We'll have to go back and see what happened to Revkins, but watch Oil Changer into the wall. He spins. It opens the door for Hicks on the inside. And Hicks makes the clean pass and takes the win, his first win of the day. Oil Changer was able to hold on to 2nd in front of Axler. Let's see what happened with Revkins. He just goes into turn 3, and in the middle of 3 and 4, he just flips right over. I mean, honestly, it looks like he just gave up. He said, you know what, I'm done with this race. I'm gonna take a little break. I need a rest. And so the TMS safety crew, led by Tomater himself, they're back out there. They might have to wake Revkins up first and then get him turned back over, ready to go for the final race. So the standings after 3 races, Chick Hicks now, after that big win in race 3, he's leading the way with 11 points. He's 1 point ahead of Billy Oil Changer in second, and then Aiken Axler in third with 7 points, and Lee Revkin still at the bottom with 3 points. So with just one more race to go, there's a great battle for the win going on between Oil Changer and Hicks. For the final race, Chick Hicks and Lee Revkins will start in row 1, and then it's Billy Oil Changer and Aiken Axler in row 2. So here we go, final race is underway. Good battle going into turn 1. Hicks will lead, coming out of 2. Hicks gets sideways going into 3. Revkins around him on the outside. Oil Changer will make the pass as well. It'll be Revkins taking the win. Oil Changer second, Hicks in third, and Axler with another DNF over at the entrance of turn 3. Hicks was sideways going into turn 3. He lost all of his momentum, and that allowed Revkins and Oil Changer to drive around him on the outside. And Lee Revkins, after getting some much-needed rest at the end of race 3, ends the day on a high note with a big win. Unfortunately, it will not be enough to get him through to the next round. It is Billy Oil Changer and Chick Hicks advancing on to round 2. Billy Oil Changer, the official winner of Group 2, as he did have the faster time, the tiebreaker over Chick Hicks. Hicks finishes second, Revkins down in third, and then Aiken Axler finished in fourth. So there's the 4 drivers advancing on to round 2. And we still have 4 more spots remaining. 2 more groups left to go in round 1. We would like to thank you for tuning in to the Legacy Piston Cup, and we will see you all back here next week. Take care. Welcome back to Next Gen Diecast for more Legacy Piston Cup action. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Jason from Toon Tracks Racing. Thank you so much for all your support, buddy. The link to their channel will be down in the description below. Well, it's time to introduce the drivers of Group 3. First up, driving for Piggy's Lil Barbecue, number 34, Dirksen D'Agostino. And next up, driving for Critical Hit Racing, number 51, Ruby Easy Oaks. Next up, driving for 316 Racing, it's number 52, Claude Scruggs. And last up, driving for M&M Racing League, you know him well, number 8, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Only 2 of these drivers will advance on to round 2. For race 1, it's Claude Scruggs and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in row 1. And then it's Dirksen D'Agostino and Ruby Easy Oaks in row 2. And the engines roar as they head down into turn 1. Scruggs will lead him out of turn 2. Scruggs spins. Oaks gets into the side of him. Here they come out of turn 4. They're bumper to bumper. It's going to be Scruggs by a car length over Oaks for the win. Junior will finish third. And then D'Agostino coming through in fourth. So watch Scruggs getting loose, spinning, coming down the middle straight. Then Oaks gets into the side of him. Scruggs was able to get it straightened back out, and then he had a good run out of turn 4 to keep Oaks behind him and take the first race of the day. Junior coming through in reverse in third, and then D'Agostino in fourth. So the standings after race 1, Scruggs will lead the way with 5 points. Oaks picks up 3 points for his second place finish. Junior back in third with 2 points, and then D'Agostino in fourth with 1 point. We are set for race 2. Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Ruby Easy Oaks will start in row 1, and then Claude Scruggs and Dirksen D'Agostino will start in row 2. And the green flag is back out. Oaks will lead him into 1. He cuts down in front of Junior and gets turned around. Oaks still leading going into 3. Here they come out of turn 4. Oaks up on the wall, and he's going to beat out D'Agostino by less than 1/10 of a second. Scruggs finishes third, and Junior stops short of the finish line with a DNF. Going down into turn 1, Oaks would cut down in front of Junior, create contact, and that would actually spin Oaks around. Junior then lost positions to both D'Agostino and Scruggs. And then watch coming out of turn 4, D'Agostino, big run up on the wall. And then Oaks gets up on the wall and rides the wall across the finish line, just beating out D'Agostino. So with that win, Ruby Easy Oaks will move to the top of the leaderboard with 8 points. Scruggs back to second with 7 points. D'Agostino in third with 4 points, and then Junior back in fourth with just 2 points. Rough start for Junior. We'll see if he can turn it around in race 3. Just 2 races left to go here in Group 3. Ruby Easy Oaks and Dirkston D'Agostino will start in row 1, and then it's Dale Earnhardt Jr. and Claude Scruggs starting in row 2. The gate drops and we're back racing. D'Agostino will lead him into 1. Here they come out of turn 2. Scruggs hard into D'Agostino. He's sideways through 3 and 4. Coming down to the line, Scruggs trying to push his way through. It's going to be D'Agostino by 4/100ths of a second. What a race. Going down into turn 1, contact between Oaks and D'Agostino. That would turn Oaks around, and then Scruggs getting into D'Agostino coming down the mid-straight, forcing D'Agostino sideways through 3 and 4. And then Scruggs would try and force his way through, but D'Agostino would have none of it and come through in reverse with a big win over Scruggs. So Oaks and Scruggs now tied with 10 points apiece. D'Agostino just 1 point behind him with that win. He's got 9 points. And then Junior back at the bottom with 3 points. Rough day for Junior, as he will not be able to advance on to the next round. Just 1 race to go, and we've got a great battle between Oaks, Scruggs, and D'Agostino. Who will be the 2 advancing on to the next round? D'Agostino and Scruggs out front. Oaks and Junior starting in the back. The gate drops. The final race is underway. D'Agostino will lead him through 1 and 2. Here he comes down into 3. D'Agostino, he does a 180. He's all by himself. D'Agostino will win. Scruggs second, Oaks third, and Junior coming through in fourth. What a run for D'Agostino. Big air coming out of turn 2. And at this point, he's just showing off as he does a perfect 180 through 3 and 4. And then he blisters the field with the fastest time of the day, winning the final race and winning Group 3. Dirkston D'Agostino will advance on to round 2. Claude Scruggs finishes just 1 point behind. He'll take second place, and he will also advance on to round 2. And then it's heartbreak for Ruby Easy Oaks, finishing just 1 point out of an advancing spot. And then I think Junior forgot that we were actually racing today and finishes with just 4 points. Let's take a look at the drivers advancing on to round 2. Dirkston D'Agostino and Claude Scruggs will join Brush Kerber, Lightning McQueen, Billy Oilchanger, and Chick Hicks with just 2 spots remaining. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Legacy Piston Cup. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all back here next week. Take care. Welcome back to Next Gen Diecast for the final group of round 1 here in the Legacy Piston Cup. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to PokeCrafter4847. Thank you so much for your support. Let's introduce our 4 drivers. First up, driving for Silverback Racing, number 61, James Clean Air. And next up, driving for 316 Racing, it's number 93, Ernie Gearson. And next up, driving for Nostalgia Racing, number 121, You Better Kevin Shift Right. And last up, driving for Critical Hit Racing, the legend himself, number 43, King. 4 drivers and just 2 spots remaining in round 2. Gearson and King will start in row 1. And then we've got Clean Air and Shift Right in row 2. Let's get to racing. The gate drops. It's a good start for Gearson. He'll lead him into 1. King to the inside. He makes contact with Gearson. They both go into the wall. Gearson will lead in reverse out of 4. He'll win the first race of the day. King finishing second. Clean Air third. Shift Right in fourth. Watch King go to the inside in turn 2, make contact with Gearson. That puts both of them into the wall. They go airborne. Gearson turns around, but then he still puts the pedal down in reverse, gets a fast time, and starts out the day with a big win. Clean Air making the last second pass on Shift Right to take third. So Gearson will lead the way after the first race with 5 points. King has 3 points. Clean Air with 2, and Shift Right has 1. Here we go for race 2. King and Shift Right will start in row 1. And then Gearson and Clean Air will start in row 2. And the green flag is back out. Good battle going into turn 1. King leads out of 2. Here comes Gearson on the outside. King sideways coming out of 4. They're spinning. Big crash at the finish line. King will take the win. Clean Air in second. Gearson showing third and Shift Right in fourth. King was up on 2 going into turn 1, and then watch Gearson trying to make the move going into 3. King with the block forced him sideways, and then all heck breaks loose coming out of turn 4. King would get punted across the finish line by Clean Air. Clean Air tried so hard to avoid the crash. It goes around Shift Right and Gearson, and then there's nowhere for him to go as he gets into the back of King. And then we had a photo finish between Gearson and Shift Right. Look how close that is. Gearson by inches over Shift Right, and he will take third. So King will lead in the standings after 2 races. He's got 8 points. Gearson just 1 point behind with 7. Clean Air has 5, and Shift Right has just 2 points. The drivers are back up at the gate ready to go for race 3. Shift Right and Clean Air will start in row 1. King and Gearson in row 2. And we are back racing. It's a great start for Clean Air. He'll lead him out of turn 2. He spins. Gearson to the inside. Clean Air is out of control coming out of turn 4. He'll win the race. Gearson slows and they stack up at the finish line. Gearson will take second. Shift Right third. King finishes in fourth. Clean Air would finally get some clean air as he took the lead coming out of 2, but then he spins. He was able to fend off the challenge for the lead from Gearson, and then he loses all control, bouncing off the walls in reverse. And then the other 3 drivers would stack up and play bumper cars at the finish line. And now we've got a tie for the points lead. Clean Air and Gearson tied with 10 apiece, and King just 1 point behind. So we've got a great battle going into the final race. It will be Clean Air and Gearson starting in row 1, and then Shift Right and King will be starting in row 2. King has his work cut out for him as he starts behind the 2 drivers he has to chase down. Here we go. The final race is underway. Good start for Gearson and Clean Air. It'll be Clean Air leading out of 2. Here he comes through 3 and 4. Clean Air will win the final race of the day. Gearson second, King third. And they forgot about Shift Right. Shift Right is stuck up at the exit of turn 4. Clean Air would lead out of turn 2 and not look back. He puts the pedal to the metal. Watch him coming out of turn 4, a little air. And then watch behind him. King's going to pop an ollie off the wall there. And then comes through to finish in third, which is not going to be enough. So a big upset today as King will be eliminated from the Legacy Piston Cup. Clean Air and Gearson will advance on to the next round. James Clean Air, the winner of Group 4. And for Shift Right, it's more like Shift Wrong as he ties Junior with the lowest point total in a group. So here are the 8 drivers advancing on to round 2. Kerber, McQueen, Oil Changer, and Hicks will compete in Group 1. And then D'Agostino, Scruggs, Clean Air, and Gearson will face off in Group 2. And here are the team standings at the end of round 1. Silverback Racing will lead the way with 28 points. 316 Racing in second place with 26 points. Then we've got M&M's Racing in third with 24. Piggy's Little Barbecue and Critical Hit Racing tied with 23. Jack John and Katie Racing has 21. And then Nostalgia and M&M Racing League, the only 2 teams to not hit the 20 mark. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us again today. We hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you all back here for more of the Next Gen Piston Cup next week. Take care.